July 1943. 2 years of vicious fighting between the Soviet Union and Nazi Germany reaches a bloody climax when Adolf Hitler orders his forces to make one last all-out attempt to crush the Red Army. But after weeks of bitter fighting near the city of Kursk, the Germans are battered and in full retreat.
The battle decided the outcome of the war. It was a turning point for the Red Army.
In the fall of 1943, the Soviets prepare a massive offensive to drive the German invaders from the Russian motherland once and for all. Their plan, attack all along the Eastern Front with overwhelming numbers of men and machines. In the north, the Soviets will advance through the Baltic states and push into Germany through East Prussia. And on January 14th, 1944, the Red Army attacks. For the Baltic campaign, the Soviets field 3 entire army groups, composed of 1.2 million troops, thousands of heavy guns, and a staggering 1,500 tanks.
The main strength of the Russian Army Corps was always the mass. The Russians always formed waves of tanks and sent them forward as a huge group, as a blunt instrument.
The mainstay of the Soviet armored corps is the T-34 medium tank. Weighing 30 tons and equipped with a 76mm main cannon and 45mm of sloping frontal armor, the T-34 provides a perfect balance of firepower, protection, and maneuverability.
When the Red Army started the offensive, the superiority was so gigantic, the German units had no chance. The Germans had to retreat to a line backwards, the so-called Panther line.
To defend the Panther line, the Germans can only muster 600,000 troops, a few thousand artillery guns, and less than 200 operational tanks and assault guns. The Germans scramble to reinforce the line with all of their remaining tanks, but the rapidly advancing Red Army outflanks them. The Soviets punch through the line, creating a bridgehead 15 kilometers deep on the west bank of the Narva River. Now they threaten the flank of German Army Group North and the vital rail link that supplies it. Before the main attack, an advanced column of T-34s probe German lines in a sector defended by 2 mobile anti-tank guns.
We were standing guard in, I think it was near Kinderheim, at that area, Alvere. We were just standing by. The artillery, of course, always shot at us from a distance. We were told, be on the lookout for Russian tanks. We knew they were coming because there were some infantry people in front of us, and they radioed back that there are noises in the woods. It sounds like tanks. Couldn't see exactly, you know, because we're still in the shadow of those trees. I didn't keep my eyes off my telescope the whole time. Then finally, I saw something moving there. And sure enough, that's where the Russians came out. And I told the commander, he just says, Feuer frei. Okay, shoot.
The Sturmgeschütz is a mobile tank destroyer. With its low silhouette and high-velocity 75mm main gun, the Stug is the deadliest anti-tank weapon in the German armory. And by 1944, they have destroyed 20,000 Red Army tanks.
The first one, it hit, but it didn't do any damage. As soon as you shoot the loader, he puts a grenade in right away. He's ready. I knew the distance. All I had to do is turn it a degree or two, you know, and shoot again. And we knocked it out. One after the other came out. They had 10 tanks. They shot, but they missed. It's like they didn't know what to do. This was a common saying in the German army. Don't worry about the Russians, they always miss the first shot. Our buddy next to us, who was about 100 yards from us, and he knocked out 2. The third one, I think, started to move back already when I shot it. And the fourth one was farther back already, but I still hit it. And then one took off. Our buddy chased him. He knocked him out. The others, they all disappeared. We shot 6 down, and where they didn't hit one of us, they were too slow. We're just faster and better. I told my commander, I said, I was lucky. I said that I hit them all. He said, you were not lucky. You were trained to hit them all at the first time, or at the first shot.
Their superior gunnery skills leave the 2 Stugs in sole possession of the battlefield. But the victory is short-lived. Now the fighting gets even deadlier. The Germans, desperate to stop the swarming T-34s, throw their most powerful weapon into the fight. The massive 57-ton Tiger tank.